Now that we're in September, the hedgerows and wild areas around us are full of food, including these beauties here. These are rose hips. They're the fruit of wild roses, and they're the fruits of actual dog roses, they're called, which are smaller, really cute wild roses. They're really easy to go from cutting, so I do have a few in my garden, but these ones were picked in the wild. And they've been really popular for centuries, I believe, especially in places like Scandinavia, where I guess berries are really precious, or at least they were back in the day before you could just get things from the supermarket all year round. And so they would make all kinds of things, like especially a really fragrant, flavoursome sweet soup called nyponsoppa. That's a Swedish one, where they use the dried rose hips here and then make it into a soup. We also make syrups out of them, and that's what I want to do today. It's really good. It's full of vitamin C and all kinds of other goodness, which is ideal for this time of year when our little darlings go back to school and suddenly get hit and in contact with lots and lots of bugs and germs and things like that. And also when the weather gets colder and everything, and there's more flus and colds about, and this just really gives them that little extra boost. The ones we used to pick in Denmark on beach days are much more fleshy. The fruits are much bigger and the flowers are bigger too. They're actually Japanese roses. They're called rugosa. They're not indigenous to Denmark, but they're really spread because they're quite invasive. But they are super tolerant, super hardy. They're tolerant of sand, salt, and windy weather, which is very handy because the beaches are very windy. And they just make the most delicious jam. But today we're going to make some syrup with these wonderful ones here, these dog rose hips. And I'm just going to take them all. I'll give them a good wash since colander, so that should be easy. And I'm going to nip off the tips there and then whiz the whole fruits, including the very itchy seeds. That's one thing to be aware of. The seeds are very itchy. I believe they were used to make itching powder back in the day. I'm not sure why you would want to make itching powder, but that is a possibility. They're super itchy, so it's good to wear gloves if you're going to be chopping them by hand. But I'll just put them through a little blender and whiz them up. So it's well hacked. That happened really fast. We don't want to mush it. We just want to have it like this. And look at that color. It looks so good. This is only a small portion I'm making. So I have about 200 grams of the rose hips. And I'm going to add just over double that in water. This is just regular water, just 500 milliliters of that. And then we're just going to bring it to a boil. When it's boiling, we just turn the heat down and let it simmer for 15 minutes. So now that it's been simmering for 15 minutes, it's really steaming up everything, it's time to add the sugar. And usually I would add sugar, but I'm going to add honey because it's so full of goodness. So 100 grams of honey. Because it's still really warm, it's dissolved very, very easily. And now we're just going to pour it into our bottle. I've got a very wide-necked bottle here, and it's really important that we have something like this. This is some mesh, really fine mesh, or something like cheesecloth, just something to strain the mixture through now, because there are those really itchy seeds in the mixture, and we don't want to consume them. Look at that color, so beautiful. I do see why. I've seen people say that it tastes like carrot juice. I mean, it looks like carrot juice, but I feel it has a flavor all of its own. I wouldn't say it reminds me of carrots at all. But it sure is beautiful. So there it is. It does really look like carrot juice, but it's so wonderful. I just tasted it now while it was still warm, and it really reminded me of that Swedish nyponsoppa, because that's essentially what it is. If you want to add a bit more citrusy flavor to it, you can add maybe some lemon juice. I actually squeezed a whole lemon and added it to that. I just really like more sour things. And it definitely tasted sweet enough, and it just had that wonderful sort of sweet sour flavor to it. Really, really good. So I really want to get out there and pick some more of these wonderful berries before the season's over. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.